Drake's is the only bar you can get sushi at, too.
I know. It's Suzie. Suzie. I can never say it. Sushi adjacent. Sushi adjacent.
Suzie adjacent. Sushi.
Call
Sushi.
Susie Lind.
Hold that up to the mic. Hold what up to? What do you want me to hold up to Mike?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm almost there. I'm sorry.
It's Tuesday, and we have a thing. I don't know. We have a thing at 10 usually.
I know, but I'm late.
I can't believe you even
happened?
answered the phone.
What happened? Are you okay?
I'll tell you when I get there.
Oh, yes. Okay, we're ready.
Welcome to Journey Now, a podcast about following Jesus that takes on serious issues without ever taking itself too seriously. Each week, the pastors, staff, and friends of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee, gather to catch up, share life together, and laugh a little. Okay, a lot. Maybe too much. But along the way, they also explore what it really means to bring heaven to earth, share Jesus' hospitality, and live cross-shaped lives. Part Babble, part Bible, and occasionally even thoughtful and entertaining, this is Journey Now.
Welcome to the Journey Now podcast, where it's 10:13. We start at 10.
Yes, normally.
Timmons, if you've been
He's a little
eavesdropping,
late. Yes,
he was late because Grampy and Grammy, is that what you call him?
Yeah,
They forgot. They just forgot, which happens when you get older.
Yeah.
And then
we found out that he doesn't have class.
No, Tim doesn't. And his kids do.
have class. That's what it is.
Yeah. And then,
that's right.
And then Kevin Dixon.
What? I was on time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. You were early. Suzie Lind is on her way. Yeah, exactly. So, guys, while it's just the men. Has anyone checked in on Daniel Jones lately? He's got a newborn.
Oh my God, that's so funny. We should just talk about him all day. That'll be our bit with Suzie. If anybody's having a hard time, we'll just say it. It's probably like Daniel Jones.
Has anybody checked on Daniel?
For context, dear listener, Daniel and Gabby just had a baby.
Yeah.
And so, hence, we're going to talk about Daniel all day as if he's the one in
No,
great
we're worried
need.
about. We're praying for him.
Yeah.
Imagine how little sleep he's getting.
Yeah.
The toll it takes on his body.
Yeah. Man, yeah.
I gotta stop vaping. Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Yep.
Holy moly.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Journey Now podcast.
Wow.
Hey, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, you're to blame for listening. At some point, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And the fact that you still tune in says something about you, not about us.
Who is Susie's friend that just the other day said it's so good? They didn't want the first part. They're like, can you just get to the
Bible part?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Bible's in a babble.
Yeah.
But I think people still listen. It's like smelling your own toots.
Whoa!
You know what I mean? It's like you kind of
Okay.
go, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But I think people listen to the babble and they're like, I don't want to listen to this.
But they like it.
Somehow you like it.
Wow. Now that's a metaphor.
Guys,
That's a step too far.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a step too far?
Dude, and shout out to Will, who got rebuked on his first solo edit. Just so you know, Grant came in from
Way
the
to go,
freaking-
Will.
Explain.
Yeah.
Okay. So last episode, we were
Grant
talking about
comes in from
good Midwestern sayings.
Yep.
And that are innocent and expressions of Midwest values and just this way of conversing. One of those was, they were rode hard and put away wet, which is like you uncapped, not taken care of.
Yeah.
And so Sweet Will as the
Who
show
now,
note,
yeah.
who now is an elder,
yes.
by the way,
Yeah.
and a Christian school teacher.
Hey, Suzie.
Oh, it's Suzie. And a Christian school teacher, and so he put as one of the show note segments, Mike was rode hard and put away wet.
Yeah.
And Grant, we thought disappeared.
Yeah.
Either Rapture
Yeah.
or astronaut.
CIA.
Got
or
reassigned.
He's undercover
Got
somewhere.
reassigned.
Yeah. Who then he said, hey, we may want to change that a little bit without context. And so we'll shout out you
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
going with it.
Yeah.
Going with it.
Yeah.
Well,
He ain't afraid.
He ain't afraid. Here's the point.
He ain't shy.
Here's the point. If you're gonna make a mistake, make the mistake that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big and
Instead
loud.
of two, big and loud, big and loud. Now, speaking of big and loud, Suzie Lynn just walked in, and would love to hear Suzie.
I don't
Suzie,
quite know how that referred to you, but I
meant
Continue.
I meant personality.
Thank you.
personality.
Yeah.
got
Tim
nothing.
just compared someone listening to our podcast to someone who loves the smell of their own tooth. So you missed that. Suzie, tell us. You promised over the phone just a little bit of update in
It's
terms
not
of
that
why it's 16 after.
It's not that exciting.
Okay, well let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm having my sectional professionally cleaned.
Okay, first off, hold on, Will. Do not bookmark this. Do not bookmark this, Will. Come on now.
I told you it's not that exciting.
Well, it could be.
It's gonna be Suzie is having her
Susie's sectional.
clean. Yeah.
Being clean right now.
Professionally clean.
I forgot that
yes.
I had to vacuum
I didn't
it
know you could pay for
before.
that.
You can.
What?
Well, I forgot that I have to vacuum it before they come.
Oh.
And so
okay.
I remembered that late.
We're talking about a couch.
And
Yes.
so I had to do that, and
Yes.
it made me late.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
told you it's not that exciting, but
No,
it
it's-
had to be done.
What?
It
Sorry.
evidently
Okay, let me
it
know
had
what
to
they
be
do
done.
because we need our furniture cleaned.
Yes.
Sounds
I
like
was
a
gonna do
colonoscopy.
it. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do it myself, but
Nah.
But you
How
know, it's not.
professional are they if they don't bring their own vacuum?
Yeah.
well,
That's a great
Question on the
question.
table is how professional
it's
are
like,
they?
It's like when you have to clean the
professional
house
are
for
they?
the cleaning lady to come.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
we
have
don't
to
do
do
that.
some prep work.
That's
know?
true.
I have a
You
clean
have to
lady.
prep so
I
that
am
they
a
can
clean
do
lady.
their
There you go.
thing really
My eyes are
well.
watering.
There you go. So,
It's
So I'm
hospitality
so
for
sorry
Yeah.
I'm late.
no, it's totally okay. It's just you
I know.
usually aren't. And so we
Well,
figured
that's not
we
entirely
figured,
true either.
we figured that something
bad
something was something was
Yeah,
wrong.
thank you for checking on
Or
me.
you were, and speaking of checking in, have you checked in with Daniel Jones recently?
I did.
And how
I did,
he's
yeah.
doing?
Well, they came to church on Sunday.
Daniel did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were
And he
here.
brought the baby?
Yeah.
Even Daniel
and Gabby, the woman who birthed the baby.
Well, Daniel and Gabby birthed the
Yeah.
baby. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
biologically correct.
No, it's not.
So, and he seems okay. Did you
He's
check in
fine.
with him?
Have you checked in with the Daily Wire recently? Because Matt Walsh has some things to say about women's bodies too.
Whoa!
He was
Wow!
I forwarded you the tweet and
Yeah.
said you should use this next time.
What was
it's
it?
hard to
What
be a
did-
man.
What was it? What was he saying?
He was talking about postpartum depression being a result of selfishness, typically.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Well,
He did.
Matt,
Yeah.
God bless him.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if you're a fan of Matt Walsh,
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
then it's like smelling
Your own fart.
tooth.
That's a great way to say it.
So you know,
Yeah.
That
I
was
feel like
it's
we're on
always-
the same.
it's
We're on the
always
same.
really
We're on the same
helpful.
level. Yeah.
It's always really helpful for women when we hear men explaining to us why things like that happen to us.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, I
And
heard.
to tell us it's because of our selfishness, that's even better.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you should
I'm
have
sure
him
that'll
as a
help.
guest on
I
this.
heard
sure that'll help.
perimenopause isn't real,
Well,
and it's just
I'm
it's,
here to
it's
tell
a,
you
it's
it
a,
is.
it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
It is a conspiracy against women
Oh.
by God.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Whoa.
Translate
Yeah.
the Hebrew
Ouch.
Genesis
We have some
3.
questions when we get there.
yeah.
When we all get there, we're going to have some questions.
Can you explain this?
Yeah.
God's
Okay.
not afraid of my questions.
No, he
he's
is
not.
definitely not.
He is not.
Definitely
I am
not.
a little afraid of him. But
All right, so the
He's
sectional's
not.
getting cleaned.
Sectional is going to be clean. It's going to
Suzie-
not smell like Maverick anymore.
Okay, and Maverick is
For
the
a week.
dog.
Dog.
Well-
Yeah,
To be clear. To be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so the family's together today.
Yeah, we're all here.
We're all here. We got
Wow.
Chris over in the
peanut
Ezekiel
gallery.
seat.
Ezekiel seat.
Yeah, and
what
and
we call
Sweet
him?
Edwin.
Yeah, well,
Sweet
we'll
Edwin.
save it.
And Will, who knows?
Yeah.
Is Will still employed in this
Yes,
role
he
after
does
this
after
mistake?
school. He has a very intense school teaching job,
Yeah.
and then he comes home in the afternoons, and he quickly, right, Edwin? Like
A
he'll
little
listen
too
to it
quickly,
today?
evidently.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little too quickly, evidently. All right.
He got rebuked by.
So Grant leaned in.
Evidently, Grant leaned in.
No, I leaned in.
Oh,
I know, but I thought Grant said something to you.
No, Rob said something to me.
Rob.
Rob
The
Gonzalez.
youth pastor?
Rob.
The youth
Gonzalez.
pastor?
I don't know how he. It
Well,
was
Rob,
well,
the Gonzalez?
Yes.
Well, what Rob said is that one of his seniors said,
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, one of the students actually.
Like,
Yes, that's
What
true.
is Mike?
A sectional
So
is a couch. Okay, I just want to really be clear. Getting your sectional clean professionally. All right? Oh, we lost him. He took the hat off. He took the hat
the
off.
thing is I saw
Tip my
it.
hat to you on that one.
I don't know if you guys have already talked about this, but I saw it and I was like, Mike did not say
my God.
that.
No, I did not.
You know,
No.
the way
No.
that it was written, I'm like, he did not say that.
Thank you.
And then
Thank you.
someone else was like, yeah, he said it a bunch, and I'm
No,
like,
I didn't.
I don't think
I
he
was
said
quoting.
it the way that looks, and that's not a good look.
It's a different
And
print.
granted, I don't think anybody who really has a strong opinion about that is going to be looking at the chapter headings on our podcast,
That's fair.
but I care.
Apparently,
But let me say this.
A student did, which is kind of a big
Let me
deal.
just say this. One of the. So I got
We're
a
supposed to
graduate.
be the adults in the room.
I got a graduate degree in philosophy, and one of the best distinctions that you learn first is something called the use versus mention distinction. Oh. So you can use a cuss word or you can mention a cuss word without using the cuss word.
I do that all the time.
It's a very convenient discussion. Well,
That's
I
great.
can mention
I
rode
just
hard and
mentioned-
put away wet
Yeah.
as an example of Midwestern slang.
Yeah, all right.
Or I can use, hey, I was rode hard and put away wet. Now, so the confusion came philosophically. What?
Our producer
What,
has
Edwin?
his finger
What?
in
Put
the
your
air.
finger down. What? This is good stuff.
Edwin would like to have a word.
Clarification. When Susie did send it,
Yeah?
she says, "Can we please change this last chapter? Grant it." So I read it as Grant.
Oh.
Like Grant.
Oh, that's
Oh,
I thought
that's
Grant-
how Grant got roped
I was
in.
mentioning.
Okay. Yes.
No,
So,
that's
but this
great.
is important.
Sorry, Grant.
Because the confusion was someone thought I used the sentence
Right.
when I was just mentioning the
Mentioning
sentence.
it.
Oh,
So I could say something like, yeah, Susie said this word without me using that word.
Right.
And in fact, that's how I say often.
Gosh, that would be so good.
It's such a
Yeah,
great.
Susie said,
Yes, exactly.
like I should have said that
yeah,
yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So all that is to say,
I
for those
just
of you,
mentioned it though.
for those of you sitting at home, yeah, Susie just mentioned.
Yeah,
where-
yeah, okay, so that makes her clean and me clean. That's
off
so
and mention.
Yeah. I'm just quoting Susie.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
And she was just mentioning it, so none of it counts.
Yeah, none of it counts.
None of it counts.
So it's perfect. Anyway, it was so helpful philosophically, and it was like, oh, this has very real world ramifications. Okay, so Susie, you're doing great.
I'm doing great.
Kevin, how are you doing? How was Cancun, and then what happened to your digestive system that caused you? Kevin never misses Sundays.
Yeah.
And we walk in, and there are no chairs.
Yeah.
And there are two men who have been
Sweating
apprenticed,
bullets.
who've been apprenticed
Sweating
to Kevin.
bullets.
But
Bullets.
But they there's no hierarchy between them.
Yes.
Which is good. We're anti-hierarchy unless it comes to chairs.
Thank you for putting up the chairs. You guys did a great job, by the way.
Yeah,
Sorry I
those
wasn't
two
there.
those two guys.
Yeah.
But what happened, Kev?
I have
Tell
no
us.
idea what I get. Well, I somehow contacted,
Contracted. Yep.
Contracted.
made an agreement. What is it?
Contracted.
I was trying to mention it and not use it.
Yep. Perfect.
How's your sectional feeling?
I thought that was a little too early to come back to it, but,
No.
but well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just for clarity.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
have
a couch.
I don't have
It's
a
a
second.
couch.
Oh, he doesn't have
Okay.
his sectional.
No, he doesn't.
You.
No, that that ended a long time ago. Oh, Chris McClarty is a love seat.
And he's gone.
A sleeper sofa.
And he's gone.
And we broke him twice. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Oh, the glasses are up now. That's what you really.
Yeah.
The hat is one thing,
Yeah.
but when glasses are up and he's wiping his eyes, that's when you know we crushed it in the name of Jesus. I know. It's the way he said it.
When can I say this?
It's like this feminine voice out of nowhere.
Who's the girl in the corner?
People are writing and saying it's so nice to have two women on the Journey Now podcast.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
People, if you're listening to this, thank you.
Sorry.
You might want to watch this or just zoom forward about 20 minutes.
Oh, Seth Erie, you are the greatest. This whole episode's for you,
Yeah.
Seth.
What's he doing right now? Is he just kind of like rocking and staring at it? Or
No.
does he think it's
When
funny?
so he will have it on his iPad. He'll be flopping, looking, and rocking. So all modes of stimulation are happening. Sectional.
Okay.
So one of the things.
Love seat.
So we were talking this
okay.
past weekend. Oh, yeah. So
We're
yes.
talking about his digestive
I am
system.
good.
Yeah.
Let's just go, because man, oh man.
Man, God bless
I
us.
feel much better today.
I'm so glad. You were 75% yesterday.
I'm probably
And we all
80% today.
agreed- And we all agreed 75% of Kevin is equal to 80% of most people. And so we were brimming with confidence that this week, as Kevin teaches, he will be back
At least to
and
85%.
ready to go.
Does it need to be a short gathering?
Yeah, short one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just if he's got a potty break or
Oh, bro.
we should have like
never know.
a safety word.
I just
like
I wear diapers up there.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what?
yeah.
Yes. Why does Kevin haven't asked this week? Well,
You can mention it.
Yeah.
yeah, I was just mentioning.
Mentioning it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So there were a couple of things that happened during the sermon. 9:00 we won't mention because I said something innocently that to the corrupt all things are corrupt. But it's about our new tapping system for our phones.
Right.
Gosh,
And,
Mike really walked right into it.
I rocked right in.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
And but we didn't record that one. Oh, we did. Edwin, did we do 9
Yeah, but we don't put the
announcements on there? Okay. Whew, that's good. That's Will would have got in trouble for that one.
Yeah. Yes. Mike mentioned.
Yeah, Will would have gotten in trouble again.
But we are doing, because eternal life could keep going forever and does. We thought, all right, we'll turn that over to Suzie and John Mark Comer for practicing the way.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about Center Set Church. But we're going to talk about it a little differently. And so Kevin and I, for these 2 weeks, I was going to do kind of the theological background of it. Kevin's going to do the practical implementation and application of it. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, this set of concepts is the most important set of concepts that guide, outside of the example and ministry of Jesus, that guide how it is that we seek to be faithful Christ followers at this place at this time.
Yeah.
And so you can go back and listen to it if you dare, but it's just a whole bunch of like, hey, notice how Jesus called people to repentance versus how the Pharisees called people to repentance. Yeah. And there's loads of crossover because there's a Pharisee lurking in all of us. And very often churches present themselves as boundary keepers and gatekeepers and all of those sorts of things. And we've all done that either intentionally or mistakenly. And we're trying to live in a community that is not just living in reaction to the negative, but embracing how we see Jesus sort of calling people into the kingdom. And so there's a whole set of assumptions that are loaded into Center Set for us that Kevin will help make more explicit, but I was just trying to go over them a little bit. And, you know, there are things like allowing people to belong before they believe, allowing people to be in process, not posting, limiting the list of essential things that you have to believe or agree with, allowing people to disagree with you. I mean, just this whole open communion, all the things that we do and we say. But we had a couple of questions because the first kind of implementation point that I was trying to develop was the idea that we want to limit the list of essentials. And what does that mean? Well, it means, first of all, that Christianity is an inherited faith. It comes to us as a story, not a set of truth propositions. And there are traditions
just to be
attached
clear.
to the story.
Just to be clear, there'll be a lot of people that would strongly disagree with you on that.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
There's truth
Just-
propositions that are a part of the story.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
But the frame isn't the truth propositions. The frame is the story of Yahweh's intervention.
Can you give a little more of that on that?
Sure. So Jesus could easily have said, "Hey, God loves you and will pursue you." That's a truth claim. Instead, what he says is, "Hey, a father had 2 sons." And he tells a story. Now, embedded in the story are truth claims about what God is like, but they're not delivered that way. And the way that Jesus delivers the idea about what God is like is much more imaginative, rich, creative, and much more inspiring towards how might else this look in the world. So a lot of the Bible comes to us. Now, there are sections of Paul, of course, that come to us didactically, and there are parts of Jesus where he's teaching. But all of those individual parts fit within this greater narrative about Yahweh's commitment to the world and his faithfulness in restoring the Genesis 1 and 2 vision. Which means that when we approach the Bible as a bunch of truth claims, we make it about things that you believe or not versus a story and a reality that you inhabit or not. The truth claims keep it metaphysical and intellectual. The story invites you to rearrange your whole life. Embody, exactly, and participate in it. So that's one of the big differences. But because Christianity comes to us through tradition, there are guardrails about what constitutes the gospel and what doesn't. There were false gospels floating around in Jesus's day and sense. And so the authorized New Testament writers are quoting tradition. So Paul will say, "For what I received, I passed on to you." And he will quote the communion tradition. And embedded in that tradition are truth claims about Jesus, but it's in the story of a meal. You have Paul quoting Philippians, which was some sort of hymn that has amazing truth claims to it, but it's this picture that was developed by the earliest Jesus followers to describe the mode, method, and the identity of Jesus in
Are you
his
talking
ministry.
about Philippians 2?
Philippians 2.
particularly? Okay.
Yep. Who, being in very nature God, did not Colossians has a couple of those. So there are these snippets of tradition that Paul is quoting that have been passed down to him within 20 years of Jesus' death and resurrection. And those are the frameworks out of which we identify, well, which Jesus are we talking about when we're talking about Jesus? Because you have nationalists claiming Jesus and claiming Christ is king, and then living in ways that are absolutely antithetical to everything that Jesus was about.
You're boring, Chris. You're boring, Chris. He's out.
Man, he's out on the banter.
Yeah.
Or no, he's out on the Bible,
Yeah.
which is so symbolic. So symbolic. All in on the... He may have caught what Kevin caught. We don't know. We have no idea. So we're not gonna investigate.
We're not going to presume.
any further than that.
No.
But the idea is, and we got a great question in the first service.
Yeah.
Is well, why should there be a list of essentials at all?
Right.
Abolish the list.
Abolish the list, he said.
I know belief in.
Yep. Oh,
you got?
that's Grandma Rita.
Okay.
God bless her.
Here's
She's doing
the.
great.
She made it home.
She made it home.
Mike talked about limiting the disputable matters in the church.
Ooh.
I resonate with that because I get very caught up in the differences I have with other Christians.
Ooh.
But I'm wondering what the essentials actually are. I know belief in Jesus and belief in the Trinity are obvious examples, but are there any more than that?
Oh, so good.
For me, when I'm looking at a church and,
Yeah.
someone I'm going to go learn from,
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what they believe are the essentials so that I know where they're coming from when I'm listening to them.
Sure.
So when he said that, I thought that was a really great question. We're not requiring anybody to believe or agree with any of the essentials even, but we're telling you this is where we're coming from. And if
Okay.
you want to be in the advocate category, then we're going to ask that you
Hold to these.
hold to
and
these as
advocate.
well and advocate for them as well. And you might
Right.
align with them, but you can sit here week after week and not agree. But this is the Jesus that we're talking about.
Right.
These are the essentials that we believe and what compels us towards what we're saying.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yep. So that list, you can derive the list and spell it out any number of ways. So Matthew Bates does a great book in his Salvation is Allegiance. Scott McKnight does something in his book called The King Jesus Gospel, where they come up with 6 or 8 sort of truth statements embedded into these traditions. And
Like
you-
essential truth statements.
yes,
Is that what you're saying?
like,
Okay.
yes, to believe.
To be playing soccer, as the illustration is,
Yes.
said.
Yes.
If we're all going to play soccer, if we're all going to do this.
Yes. So it's things like Jesus is fully human and fully divine. Jesus, and that's my daughter. I'm incredibly
You are
popular,
popular,
right now.
especially this time of day.
I know. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That one of the essentials is grace. It's not merit, and it's through faith. One of the essentials is we think the authoritative tradition handed to us through the text is inspired and unique, and worthy of consideration as an authority over a community. The idea that Jesus has come to do something that we could not do for ourselves. And we use the word sin for that, but that's a much bigger word than a lot of. So it'd be things like that where you'd go, and Jesus physically rose from the dead. That's in that list too.
Yeah.
And so you derive a whole picture of what Jesus was, who he was, and what he did. And you say, but those aren't truth propositions. That's a story that you are now invited to inhabit. So if you believe that Jesus is God and you believe that he's fully human, then Jesus has told us the best way to be human and the God-approved way of being human, and we emulate that, not as grace earners, but as grace recipients. And so we're earning something we already have as a free gift. I mean, those sorts of... Now, where we get hung up on things is where we then get into what Paul calls disputable matters. Do you have to be baptized to be saved? Do you have to speak in tongues to be saved? Do you have to...
Well, you were just describing the Bible, that it is an inspired.
Yeah.
And that word is what we would use, in inspired, but somebody else would use
infallible.
infallible.
Or inerrant.
Inerrant.
or inerrant.
In that
Yes.
space.
Yes.
So is
But
that...
those aren't words the Bible uses to describe itself. The Bible uses the word inspired, and the Bible uses words around inspired and authoritative. It doesn't use the phrases inerrant or infallible.
Yeah, I remember that the argument with that was that the word inspired actually meant handed down to, like, given.
Yeah, that's one meaning for
And,
sure.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
just remember that is something that community would say.
Yeah.
So that's actually what inspired means. So then how do we then
But
say...
that's not how the apostles use it. So when Peter talks about being carried along by the Holy Spirit in the writing of the text, we did not devise clever tales from our own imaginations, he says, but rather we were carried along. Like that's what inspiration means on a completely different level. So inspired can mean, there was an event that happened that generated a whole bunch of stories, and those stories were handed down and considered inspired. Yes, that's true. But also, the gospel, the New Testament writers did think there was a carrying along done by the Spirit that transcended their own personality, so that what they were delivering wasn't just information, but some sort of revelation about who Jesus was and what he did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I know you're representing their view.
Because they would also say that they don't like the word story because it implies like a fairy tale or like it's not true. It's
It just doesn't
story.
hold the weight of truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, which is so wrong. Story holds the weight of truth better than propositions do, because mythic stories. I mean, when you look at how human civilization formed, it was formed around stories, passed from generation to generation to generation. That's why Jesus spoke in so many parables.
Oral tradition.
They were, yes, incredibly memorable, particularly around illiterate people.
Yeah.
And so the idea that truth and story are somehow two separate things is a Western Enlightenment foolish mistake that has said that has Greekized our ideas about what God is like. So
Right.
to the Hebrews, to say that God is safe is to say that God is a fortress. And they would have a image come to mind. We would just say God is omnipotent. Now, so you can define something, or you could picture something. And the idea is the picture not only carries the definition within it, but it adds something to it so that
carries
it's more
the weight.
tangible. Yes.
Yeah.
So we would argue mythic story holds so much more weight. And that's how these stories were told, right? The Old Testament, these are mythic stories handed down through generations, edited together and collected for theological purposes. So too the Gospels in the book of Acts. So for me, you have to accept the Bible as it comes to us, not as we want it to come to us. So does doctrine matter? Of course doctrine matters, because the stories are about the identity and the mission and the purposes and the mode of accomplishment of Yahweh's salvation in the world. But they're not, the truth claims they generate are not the end all and be all. Even demons can believe the truth claims that the stories generate. James makes this point abundantly. So, I'm sorry, this is a very long answer. I'm sorry I'm doing all the talking. These are phenomenal questions about how it is then that we would look at somebody and say, hey, if somebody said, what do you believe as a Christian? I'm going to limit that to only the things of first importance that are almost universal in the history of orthodoxy. I'm not going to get into disputable matters. If they say, hey, well, what are some of the distinctives about your church? I would say, well, we believe women should teach and lead in elder roles. We believe that communion should be open. But you don't have to believe those things to be Christian. To be Christian, even the things we're outlining in tradition weren't all held by the earliest Christians, right? The earliest Christians didn't have a worked out understanding of the Trinity to believe in Jesus. So I believe there are Muslims or there are Hindus who have vague impressions or dreams or visions of Jesus without all the theology worked out, but there's something compelling and they give their lives to him. Because remember, theology doesn't save us, but it does clarify the Jesus we're talking about, because as we've said, Jesus gets hijacked into all of these kind of conversations. Sorry for the very long answer there.
And so what I was pointing at is that a community would say part of their essential, like, would you say one of the essentials for you would be that to see Scripture as a inspired Word of God? Would that be an essential
or inerrant?
Well,
which word are you using?
Inspired.
I believe that you can
Is that an essential?
love and follow Jesus without having a developed theology of the Bible.
Yeah,
For sure. But
because the earliest Christians did.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
They
and
didn't
the
have a
people who are
Bible.
coming to faith all over the world.
Yeah.
And I also think there are folks who would never call themselves Christians who are totally compelled by Jesus and live lives offered up to him with really poor theology.
Yeah.
Well, and you always use Seth as the example too.
Totally.
Like Seth is not going to have
Nope.
theology or a biblical literacy that some would claim would
That's right.
contribute to your salvation, but
Right.
man, does that kid embody the love of Christ?
Totally.
You know?
Well, and it's the difference between defining something and picturing it. So we're not saved by having a view of the atonement. So when we talk about the cross of Christ, there are all these theories about how it works, right? So it's justification. It was Christus Victor, Christ over the powers. There are like 8 or 9 of these atonement theories, they're called.
Yeah.
Those theories don't save us. What saves us is the actual historical event of the atonement, correct?
The story, you say?
Yes.
Oh.
The historical event and story of the atonement, absolutely.
Okay.
And so we can generate all of these theories about it, but we're not saved according to which theory we hold. We're saved by the event,
Yeah.
the story
The theories
of the atonement.
are how it works.
Correct.
Not
So the Bible works. It's
Yeah.
living and active, regardless of what you think about it. So I don't think that somebody has to come to Christ through the Bible necessarily.
although some do.
Although lots of us do.
Yeah.
I did. Absolutely, I did. So you can be, your view of the Bible doesn't save you. The Bible is something that is living and active and works
And
for.
what the Bible is telling you.
Correct.
Actually, even bad theology can bring you into relationship with God.
Right.
Absolutely. That's why
Yeah.
it's like,
Which is how I came to know God.
Well, and that's why we love some of the people who we wouldn't necessarily agree with their ecclesiology.
totally.
You know,
Totally.
Right.
Like-
So are Mormons saved? Some of them probably. I don't know. I disagree with everything they believe. But is it possible that Jesus could present himself as he really is to people within the constraints of Mormon theology, and those people give their lives to Jesus?
well, and
it's
when
possible.
when we were growing up, we were always told that Catholics were not Christians.
Right.
But then, you know, over the years, we've all met some amazingly beautiful Jesus-loving Catholics.
Yeah.
And yes, there's things in their theology that we wouldn't agree with.
Right.
Totally.
However, you know,
There's some things in our theology they wouldn't
that they wouldn't agree with. But
Right,
but when you
exactly.
look at the fruit, when you look at the way they, you know, for them, the fundamental way that they care for the poor, like, I mean, there's so many things that
Totally.
that show the face of Jesus in the way they live.
And that's the difference between bounded set and centered set. All of the ways we're talking about are bounded sets. The right theology, the right practice, the right baptism formula, the right whatever. Center set is, it doesn't matter who you are or where you are, what you call yourself. If you're turning towards Jesus,
Right.
Jesus will pursue you and receive you.
Yeah.
And so you have Samaritans who had the worst theology in the New Testament in terms of what they believed about Jerusalem and what they believed about the priesthood and all the things. You have Samaritans turning to Jesus. You have polytheistic Romans turning to Jesus out of self-interest, and Jesus receiving them, blessing them, and commending their faith. So we have to just be so careful to separate the treasure from the vessel. Because Jesus reveals himself in a multitude of ways. Now, that doesn't mean that just go ahead and believe whatever you want. Bad theology harms.
Right.
Absolutely. I do not agree with Mormon theology, and there are parts of Catholic theology I don't agree with. But the point is, that disagreement does not generate a boundary then. That disagreement simply says there are people who are in Protestant churches who think they're close to Jesus who are not.
Yeah, I was
And
going to
they're-
say there's evangelical Christian theology that you don't agree with.
Of course.
Yeah.
And who cares? Who's Mike Erie in the grand scheme of all the things? It's more about understanding when Jesus came and he just simply erased all the boundaries except how you relate to him. That's the thing. And so the church has been reinstating all of those boundaries ever since. And so center set theology works at trying to minimize the boundaries as much as we can while clarifying who it is that we're talking about when we talk about Jesus Christ.
So did we answer the question?
I think so.
What the essentials are?
I hope so.
I think
It's a long.
Do we need a
mean-
list?
well, that's the thing is I think we gave, like, there's some essentials about Jesus that we believe in, that if you don't believe, it diminishes who Jesus is. So there's a degree of clarifying the center that I think the essentials are required for. They're not essentials to be a part of the community, though. There's two different. There's, if you want to join the community, you can. It's an open community. If you want to follow Jesus and be a part of the community, it'll change the way you live. You can be a part of the community, be changed by the community, and never know Jesus. So there's and I was going to say, it's above our pay grade to decide who's in and who's out. God decides that.
Yeah.
We don't decide that. And so to treat every human as though they are a part of the community, unless they declare they're not, unless they declare in some form or fashion that I'm not even interested in your Jesus, that's a different game. But if you're,
Or if they're harming the community.
harming the community, you embrace people to hopefully move them in the direction toward Jesus. If they don't, they don't. If they do, great. But I think
But we'll never know.
we won't. It's above our.
That's the huge.
Everyone can be an imposter. I mean, I think Hebrews speaks to that in a great way. There's counterfeit people all around us that are claiming Christ but don't know the real Christ.
McClarney as one example. I mean, just because he's not here.
That's why he left. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He
we
doesn't
don't
like the
know, so we treat everybody the same. That's part of I think the hard part is you treat everybody the same, and we don't want to. We want to treat people who are in positions of authority differently. We want to treat people who have more money differently. We want to treat people who act like us differently versus ones that don't act like us, ones that behave in a way that is appropriate and some that are inappropriate. And we have determined whether they're a part or not. God hasn't. We have. And that's the boundary piece that we have to do away with. So the assumption, I'm going into every situation with the assumption of, I want to orientate you more towards this Jesus that I know about. And I can see from your life you're really not oriented in that direction. That doesn't mean you're not saved. It just means can you circle back this way and be a part of a community that's actually loving God and loving others. That's
Which some people would call that discipleship.
yeah.
Some. Or spiritual formation.
Right.
If you were such a pastor.
If.
And one of the things that's interesting when Jesus talks about the great eschatological unveiling of the last days, the note that always accompanies that is that of surprise and reversal.
Yes.
The people you were sure were in were not in, and
Right.
the people you were sure were out actually turned out to be in.
Yeah, the ones that get invited to the great banquet aren't the ones you
Yes,
thought
and
were
that's-
getting invited.
and so it's not just that we don't know, it's that we're going to be shocked. And it's like, oh, that sort of reframes it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, bam.
Yeah.
So freaking Kevin Dixon,
Yeah.
bringing the thunder from down under this week.
The love seat. Just bring it
Are
from
you
the
bringing?
love seat.
Are you okay? Are you gonna wear the white pants? Please.
I wasn't planning on wearing the
Why
white
not?
pants. I don't know, because of my stomach bug.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And on that note,
Yeah, please cut it right there. Please cut it.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Journey Now. If for some bizarre reason you liked it, help us spread the word by leaving a review and sharing it on your socials. Journey Now is a production of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Edwin Rivera III produces the show and fixes all the guest slurping, gum chewing, coughing, and other annoying sounds. Randy Hansen provides technical assistance even though he denies it. Grant Opperman edits Journey Now and intervenes when necessary to tell the crew that you can't say that. Special shout out to dear listener Brad Erie and dear YouTube watcher Seth Erie. If there's anyone else who makes it through each week, we're so sorry, and thanks to you too.